Alright guys, and welcome back to the Angola series. We're going to be returning back to Power and Revolution today. I know you guys, I held a poll a couple of days ago in which I asked you guys which one you guys liked more, Power and Revolution or the political process. And obviously, you guys did pick Power and Revolution. So apparently my community, out of almost 300 votes cast, is about 60-40 for Power and Revolution. So that was honestly a poll that I've been wanting to ask you guys for a while, but I didn't know if it was going to be like, let's like have a Power and Revolution, the political process war, or some kind of crap. But anyway, everyone, welcome to the stream. Everyone that is joining right now, Bacon Boy, Random Dude on the Internet, Gabe, welcome to the stream, Gabe. Everyone, if you have not subscribed to Gabe Vogel, he is actually joining me for the Power and Revolution Economic Guide. We are working on the Economic Guide not really right now, but we have been working on it, and so definitely look forward to that economic guide, which Gabe Vogel will be joining me for. But anyway, on today's stream, we're going to be continuing the Angola stream, in which we are going to continue moving Angola toward a democratic republic. Right now, we are an authoritarian regime, 29 million people, nearly $100 billion in our GDP. We are a totalitarian left political party, and our capital is in Luanda. I think that's how you say it, Luanda. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue on. So Parliament should, it's still a consultative role, so I'm going to be doing most of these democratic moves through decrees. So that's how we're gonna do this. Let's go over to the media. Actually, the media is gonna be like one of the last things that I'm gonna relieve, I guess, from the government. So what we're gonna be doing right now, we're gonna be going through. Let's go ahead and start growing the economy. We really need to have a strong economy in order to basically not be thrown out. We are spending about $2.65 billion on our industry tab. So if I go through, let's look, automobile construction. We are very self-sufficient on that, making almost $200 million a year in sales through that. Through building, housing, and roadway, we are making $3.9 billion. Total spending is about the same, so our deficit is essentially the same, or not our deficit, but our revenue is the exact same as our expenditures, so our deficit is literally just flat zero. Wow, we're making almost 6% of income tax off of building, housing, and roadway. We're making helicopters. No, we're not making helicopters. So let's invest in some helicopters. We're making almost 1.3% of the world's production of helicopters. Fix the head of state terms. Okay, don't build oil too soon. Oil gives a huge amount of growth, but also gives inflation. And Angola never supports its people. Yeah, I know it doesn't. Oh dang, AP slept in. Dang. Minecraft Bros, welcome to the stream. For those who don't know, Minecraft Bros is actually the guy who made this suggestion for Angola. Their national day, their day of independence, is actually on November 11th, which November 11th is essentially a lot of national days. It's actually called Veterans Day in the United States. In France, I believe. I don't think it's Marseille Day. I'm probably getting Marseille Day confused with another day. So if someone can correct me about when Marseille Day is, that would be great. This game is pretty new to me. It looks like mixed reviews everywhere I go. I might pick it up during a winter sale. I would suggest doing that. If you guys haven't purchased this game, definitely grab it whenever it's on sale. Don't grab it whenever it's at full price. Because if you buy it at full price and you're expecting, a $50 game, I mean, well, if I say $50 game, that's kind of misleading. I think this is worth $50. I mean, it's a lot of information. It's a lot of tactics. It's a lot of stuff. I mean, look at all this. There's a lot of things that you can really play with in the game, and essentially all other countries are different. And I mean, you're not going to practice the same policy that you would practice in Angola as you would in the United States. So for $50, I would say it is good, but if I'm recommending it to you guys, I definitely would say don't grab it on whenever it's at full price, because it's a lot, but it's not pristine, I guess. I would say that. I mean, it doesn't stop me from playing it. I actually haven't played it in a little bit. So I am definitely wanting to return to it, because I know you guys are eagerly awaiting the next ones, and I know you guys are probably getting a little bit tired of the political process, and hopefully, honestly, I can find a balance between Power and Revolution and the political process. I know both communities really want me to do both. So I want to find a balance. And again, the past couple of months have been pretty hard personally for me, so that's somewhat why I haven't really been going back to Power and Revolution content. So I know I kind of say that every now and then, but it's kind of just a reminder for those who kind of forget about that. Anyway, let's go ahead and go to here. Let's look to see what we can do with Angola. If we go to infrastructure, I think we could go ahead and commit to possibly another highway in order to instigate growth, but then at the same time connect the cities that we have throughout this country. Okay, so apparently we cannot build another highway. Angola, you should focus on agriculture and mining first. Yes, sir, we should actually definitely concentrate on the primary sector. The primary sector is obviously what Mr. Vogel said. It is agriculture as well as mining. So I wish Eversim actually, instead of putting some of the primary sectors into the industrial sector, I wish they actually put it into the farming sector, because if you go over here and then click on GDP, it calls it the primary sector. It's listed by primary, secondary, and tertiary. If you know anything about Economics 101, Economics 101 teaches you that primary, secondary, and tertiary are pretty much completely different sectors, but what we have here is just a lot of, I mean, it has fishing, and it has, yeah, but it doesn't have any of the mining. I think that, yeah, the only mining that it really has is the wood sector, which the wood sector, I mean, look, well, okay, we're making more sales in it, but our trade balance is going down for some reason. Let's go to budget, and let's go to conversion of organic farming. And leave it right there. Let's leave it at 1 star. So just so we don't have a famine, hopefully that offsets it from us. My chat is so slow. I don't know why. Andrew Locke, thank you so much for becoming a member. I just noticed that you became a member a couple of days ago. I think it was 4 or 5 days ago. The monetization thing on YouTube tells me that, so I have not seen you in any of my live streams. So again, thank you so much for becoming a member. Guys, if you guys want to help in growing this channel, becoming a member is actually going to be one of the best ways to do that. It's like a one-time thing every month. It's kind of like doing Patreon, except it's through YouTube. But I know I haven't been making that much content as of late, so hopefully once I do return to that content, I do gain more members as the time goes on. But there is a big shout out to Andrew Locke as well as AMN, and there is someone else that is a member, and I'm trying to remember his name right now, but I'm looking at it right now just so I can give him a little shout out, because that is good to do for your members. All right, let me give a big shout out to, it's going to be AMN Clune, but that was actually someone else. I think he changed his name, but Andrew Locke joined 5 days ago, so thank you again so much for that. All right, and you can do better. All right, let me actually explain something real quick. There was actually a question from the person that is making the economic guide with me, this Gabe. He actually asks me what these rating agencies want from you. Why do sometimes Steven Jackson? Thank you so much for becoming an agrarian statesman. That is awesome that we get a member on a live stream. Thank you so much for becoming a member today. It gets PG more McDonald's to eat every day. Yes, sir, it does get me more McDonald's to eat every day, even though I haven't had McDonald's in a hot minute. Guys, for those who are watching, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and if you want to see more content like this, just hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any more live streams whenever I go live, as well as the United States series will be returning very soon. So anyway, let's go back to Power and Revolution. You can do better. What does this mean? What does this rating agency mean? So after a little bit of gameplay, I've noticed how these rating agencies actually work. So it says, although your economy is among the healthiest, your solvency may not be safe from depreciation. So we would like to reiterate our confidence in you while recommending vigilance. And then he says, and this is very important, let me remind you, in case you are unaware, that our assessment is mainly based on your projected budget deficit and your debt. So the what is this rating agency? I completely forgot the name of it. I think whoever this guy, whatever agency this one is, this one essentially is going their assessment is essentially off of your projected budget deficit and your debt. So, and you go over to this one, they give you a dunce cap. So it says your country is rated as being a very high risk for investors. Let me remind you, in case you're unaware, that our assessment is mainly based on your projected budget deficit, the amount of your debt, and this is specific to our agency, the strength of your national currency. So the British agency is their focus is the strength of your national currency, which to get your national currency up, essentially what you need to do is get your exports up, but then also get your, I think it's your interest rate at least around 15%. Gabe, if you can tell me again, credit rating is important, but I only ever get AAA with harshness and rules. I've been able to get AAA with all of them, like even in the middle of a game, and that's what I'm kind of like trying to say. Enjoying the content. Steven Jackson, again, thank you so much for the comment. I just saw that. 5%. Yeah, 5%. Okay, so 5%, and then your exports need to be going up. So that's one of the ways to increase the strength of your national currency. If you actually go over here, this is what I'm talking about. It's going to be the dollar rate of your national currency to the United States dollar, or even if you're European, then you can compare it to the euro. So if you're at all familiar with the US dollar or the euro, then getting your national currency up in comparison to the dollar or the euro, that is going to be the focus for that agency alone. That's going to be the British agency. And then we have another agency. This is going to be the Chinese agency. Jingtao Tang is the creditor from China, but he says, blah, 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 blah. Let me remind you, in case you're unaware, that our assessment is mainly based on your projected budget deficit, the amount of your debt, and this is specific to our agency, on the operating expenses of your public sector. So, ironically, with China being a communist country, their focus is going to be on the operating expenses of your public sector. What that means, honestly, I can't really tell you as of right now. I think we're going to be going over that in the economic guide. So Gabe, if you at all have an idea of what this means on the operating expenses, if operating expenses matter, or if it's talking about, let me go to taxation, if it's talking about the sector's nationalized profits that you're getting off of that. Let's go ahead and change this song. I don't know how to I don't want to like remove that song from the game files and then like the game breaks or some crap. The more money you spend on the public sector, the better the ratings. Okay, so That I actually haven't noticed that, but if that's what Gabe is saying, definitely we can put that to the test. There's a famine in Burundi. Oh God, let's go ahead and send over $10 million to our African ally. Maybe attack Jamaica after you make a country a democracy. Jamaica is all the way over here. Why would I go all the way over there? Come on, like, I mean, I could go after the Democratic Republic of the Congo and get the Boss Congo region back from them, and so I can connect both of these regions. But unless I want to just give these guys independence, honestly, should I give these guys independence and just go completely for Angola? That's one hell of an idea. Because they wouldn't be a landlocked country. They actually would be able to go for some development on themselves. China is capitalist. Are you sure about that? Are you sure? Invade the United States. Okay. Don't attack Congo. You will get destroyed. Let's check our military power compared to the Congo. Yeah, well, they have a pretty strong military compared to us. And we have a very large border with them. That's a... Alright, don't give Cabinda independence. Okay, so I won't give them independence. We're just gonna launch some anti-terrorism operations against them. Cabinda, Autonomous League. And let's do both of you guys under surveillance. We can put 9 people under surveillance. And let's infiltrate the terrorist organization. We can launch... No, what is our usage of the internet? If I go over to equipment and communication, let's do internet users, and 7.1% of 7.1% of our internet, or what? No, whoa, that's not percent, that's millions. Okay, 7.1 million people from the nation of Angola are using the internet. That's out of a population of 29 million. And usually that goes all the way up to the top of what your population is at the beginning of the game. Let me look. So 854 million internet users in China, 293 in the United States. World production. Let's go over here and let's look at livestock. Let's do bovine. And bovine, we are not producing that much. We're only producing 5,744 tons of bovine in Angola. Again, we need to concentrate on getting some of this food sector up and running, making sure that these guys are working essentially so we can feed our population. Go all the way back up and let's go to subsidize and let's invest some more money in there. So let's do $80 million. Wow. Oh god, crap. Let's reduce that to 40 million. Okay, that works a little bit better. Presidential, so people didn't like that, but people liked the investment into agriculture. Primaries have just begun, Mr. President. These internal campaigns and the political parties will enable us to know the official candidates who will run in the elections in 135 days. Fear not, the party will support you as a candidate, and the militant mass will follow your choice blindly. Do you present yourself as a candidate for the Radical Red League, Mr. President? Okay, so, should I... Wait, should I... No. Should I continue on with this party, or should I change parties for the elections? That's a big thing. Should I throw myself into the league? Or don't run, but have a successor. Okay, so you're telling me to have a successor. But, okay, so what I'm trying to figure out is the Radical Red League is a very totalitarian. I'm still a totalitarian regime. What I'm trying to figure out is, should I run in a party that... Should I run... No, let the Secretary of General run. Okay. Oh, the Secretary General. He doesn't even like me. That's funny. Who the hell is this guy? And what if I throw him? So he's a very nice character, but then no scandal. let's look at his views. Doesn't like repatriation of troops. Doesn't like gays. Doesn't like gay sex, or doesn't like same-sex parent adoption. Oh God. It doesn't like national service. That's unfortunate. Doesn't like the abolition of the death penalty. Doesn't like the majority religion. Is that what he means? Doesn't like the majority religion? You won't win with the opposition. I tried so many times. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and continue. Do an opposition that is pro-democracy. Yeah, okay, so that could be in a different video then. Okay, let's go ahead and accept it, and let's... Wait, why did I do that? Crap. Oh God, I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. That... Alright, should I restart or something? Because I just accidentally got this guy to run again. What is his health? He has very high health. 104 dynamism. Use the Socialist Party because it's the ruling party. Oh, now you want me to be the opposition. Now you want me to be the opposition. Alright, let's go ahead and try this. We're at a 61% approval, or 61% of the parliament. We're gonna go ahead and move over to the Socialist Party. Or the center left. Or the right party. I mean, she kind of likes me. Look at that. Should we go Socialist? The MPLA, the Angolan Citizens Movement. Implement democratic reforms. We're actually in a... Okay, so my party, political parties, legislation. Wait, where is it? Political parties? My party? How do you change political parties? Oh, no, it's because I'm not even in a... it's because we're in an election period. Crap. Okay, what do I do? It's because I'm in an election period. It's not letting me change the parties anymore. So I have the option to restart. If I restart, then I can do that. The right is basically UNITA, the biggest opposition party in Angola. Okay, that's interesting. Need to do some more research on Angola. Your mic is kind of loud. Hey, that's if I moved it away. I also, let me lower this. Okay, I think that should be a little bit better. What's going on, Albert? Welcome to the live stream. Use God mode. I am actually in it. Just start a new game and start as the opposition. So, I mean... Okay, way better. Okay, that's great. Apparently 5 decibels is the best one. I remember his mic being close to the chair. Shut up!
We have obtained some
Kebab Remover, welcome to the live stream. Apparently he's a little bit... Alright. Look at that general, beautiful man running for president again.
My fellow citizens, it is after intense reflection and multiple consultations that I decided to run for president. Once again, I ask you to grant me the honor of leading the destiny of our nation.
Alright. You know what? Okay. I'll do this as a separate... I'll do this as a separate save. Just so I can differentiate. Albert, thank you so much for that is that 99 euro? Do you say euro whenever it's not even a 1 euro? Is that 99 cent euros? Or do you say 99 cents? It's actually something I'm curious about. I'm not really the smartest whenever it comes to national denominations, but I can differentiate between a symbol. Let's do new game, and let's go to 2020 elections, world without COVID. Let's do... We have revolutions, and then we have opposition. Wait, no. Independence, democratization, free mode rulers. Okay, here it is. Democratic opponents. Should be able to do this. Can I do this in Angola? Whoa, what's going on there? Yes, I can do this in Angola. Wait! Why am I doing this in a dictatorship? I can't even win. Like, that guy literally told my government that that's exactly what was gonna happen. So if I run as a... if I run as any of these parties in this, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this. I mean, unless I can... I actually don't play opposition that much. So if this can work, then I'll definitely do it. But what I just realized is I may not be able to do this because Angola is a dictatorship. We have other countries. We got Turkey. Do liberal democracy, so it's easier. Liberal Democratic Party. Okay, so Angola. Angola is not a dictatorship. Okay. I guess we'll go ahead and try this. So we got the Angolan citizens movement. Liberal Social Democratic Party, Center-Right Democratic Party with 1 seat, and then the Liberal Democratic Party, which is a right-leaning regime. Dang, he's going with the party with 1 seat. Oh wait, 16. PNR can get some... Yeah, see, that's what I'm trying to say, is that in Power and Revolution, I think, because what I was trying to do is whenever the presidential period started, it said that the game kind of identifies that it's not a free democracy, and then plus at the same time in Angola, at least in this game, Angola is I guess we can try. Alright, let's pick Mr. Arthur. I guess I'll go ahead and try this. Play as Total Jihad, okay.
Hello, I am your private secretary.
I don't know who this looks like, but it kind of looks like someone, and I cannot really remember who it looks like. That's a beautiful, beautiful rendition, though. Look at that. That is beautiful. He hates me. Oh my god, I just got into the game and he already hates me. Aha, look at that, 47% approval. Put on expert difficulty. Yeah, sure. Are you gonna play on expert difficulty? Are you considering doing an economic tutorial 3.0 in Power and Revolution? Yes, I am. I was actually talking about it earlier. The economic guide 3.0 will be coming out pretty soon. We still need to fix it. We're still in the script making process of the economic tutorial, so it's coming. I want to shoot for the end of the month, but even the person that I'm working with was just like, "Hey, I mean, I think that's a pretty outward projection. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that, but yes, economic tutorial 3.0 is coming." So definitely wait on it. It is coming, and I'm really excited to start working on it. Alright, let's do this. Go and look to see what the options we have. Could actually launch some unrest just in case, since we are in a larger country. I like tutorials that give me insight on how to play the game properly. Yeah, I know. That's the reason why I like doing it all the time is because I like to, I guess, give that knowledge out back to you guys, because a lot of you guys don't know how, I guess, how to not really saying you don't know how to handle this game, but it's like there's a lot of different things that can happen in this game, and a lot of people end up screwing up, I guess. Like, they end up getting thrown out of office because they're cutting expenses or something like that, and I'm just like, yeah, that's not really the best thing to do. So making these economic tutorials is both fun and educational for both me and for y'all, so I definitely love doing it. Last time I played this game, nothing seemed to make sense. A lot of broken mechanics, from 50% off popularity all the way to 0, or 100% for one decision, etc. Did the devs improve the balance? A little bit, I guess, but there are still ways to get, like, from 50 to 100% approval. But, alright. Let's continue on. When are the Angolan elections? Let's look. Power next elections, 962 days. What? Why? Wait, oh wait, parliamentary elections. Crap, oh wait, it's presidential elections that are in 962 days. Tax exonerations and real estate. Go from exoneration to no exoneration. Excuse me? Come on, you don't want to give me tax write-offs? But that's going to go straight. Conduct a survey. Parliament's position. Liberal Democratic Party is at 54 against 54, so let's go ahead and recommend that we vote against the measure. See what happens. Voting recommendation, vote against. Vote for. Let's close that. PG go day. Yeah. Tax on industrial pollution. 0.2. I'm going to go ahead and ignore that. I don't care. When are the... Okay, let's... Bill is currently being drafted. Let's go over to the United States. And looks like we have an approval rating already above the president. 1992, the CIA supported the opposition that fought with Portugal instead of against them. And Bill Clinton was the president that started diplomatic relations in Angola. Oh, that's really interesting. I know... The 90s was basically the time that the United States kind of looked toward Africa and was actually trying to fix a lot of issues, except there was a lot of times where the United States just completely ignored it. I mean, we start diplomatic relations with the Republic of Angola, but then whenever it came to Somalia, we sent so many people in there, including the United Nations, in 93, and 2 Blackhawks get shot down and they completely withdraw. Even though the situation in which we pulled out of, we were just like, nope, we lost 19 U.S. soldiers and a lot more UN soldiers in the fighting in Mogadishu, and then after that, they just completely abandoned it. So the situation in Somalia has been like that ever since the 90s. And I mean, in the 90s as well, in 94, and these two were actually completely related. Rwanda and Somalia, the reason that we never got involved in Somalia, or even the United Nations didn't even get involved. The United Nations was involved to a point in Rwanda, but whenever it came to stopping the violence that was happening in Rwanda, the United Nations and even the United States kind of just stepped aside and said, nope, we're not going to do it. We were just in Africa the previous year, and we're not going to get involved in that. And what happened in Rwanda? Over 1 million people were killed in a genocide that was the worst genocide since I think it was the Holocaust. If there was any other genocide since then, but it was the most well-known genocide since the Holocaust. And a lot of people, it's actually one of the other forgotten genocides because no one really pays attention to it. And they made a movie about it called Hotel Rwanda, in which there was a guy who was in a hotel owned by, I think it was a Belgian company, and he held over 11 to 1,200 people inside of one hotel, just trying to keep them safe from the genocide that was unfolding across Rwanda. Almost like the United Nations is useless. Rwanda is now one of the most fastest growing countries in Africa. Yeah. The United Nations, I believe, needs a better footing. Or, I mean, honestly, I don't even like them to a point to where I feel like we're just better off without them. Tax on industrial pollution, great passivity, this disgraceful legislation with the parliament. We didn't do anything to stop it. We can't do anything to stop it. We can't do anything. To make matters worse, you haven't spoken out in the media, haven't shared any opinions, any criticism. You still haven't given your voting recommendations. It conveys a wait-and-see attitude that is not befitting of a political party leader. Yeah, whatever. Bill is currently being drafted. See, it's currently being drafted, but I can't really stop it. That's the thing about being in these kinds of countries. Because remember, Angola's parliament is a consultative role. I'm literally in a consultative role. That doesn't really matter to the overall administration. There has to be a revolution to happen in order for me to get into power. U.S. should have stopped the killings in '94. I never understood who fought who in Rwanda. A little bit of history on Rwanda. So essentially what was going on in Rwanda is there was, I think it was the French that had control over that area, and the French, well, actually no, it was the Germans. The Germans had control over it, and I think the French came in and no, wait, I think it was the Belgians. The Belgians were in Congo. The Belgians were in the Congo. If there's a song about that, if you guys can remember what song it is. But anyway, what was going on in Rwanda was there was two groups in Rwanda: the Hutus and the Tutsis. The Hutus and the Tutsis. The Hutus were, let me make sure this is correct, because one of them had the majority in the country, and one of them had a majority in the country, and then they mass slaughtered the minority that was in the country. Yes, it was okay, so the Hutus were the majority in Rwanda at the time. And so what had happened is that they have this, I'm gonna say issue. It's very much more complicated than an issue. But essentially, whoever was in Rwanda left, they left the Hutus in power. And I think actually, wait, I'm probably getting this wrong. Someone please correct me. Yeah, Hutus were killing Tutsis and Twa. And essentially what was going on is whoever the colonial power in Rwanda is left, whenever that happened, they left one specific religious affiliation in power. And then so whenever they left, and then it came to 1994, they expelled that power. And then one side actually assassinated the then president of Rwanda by shooting down his plane. And after the plane was shot down and the president was killed, It was actually the president and his entire government. The president was killed, and essentially after that, that's whenever the genocide started. Dark Wolf Beta, welcome to the live stream. I haven't seen you here, so welcome to the live stream. Wow, he just cut cut all of that from jazz and blues. That's unfortunate. Isn't that what always happens after decolonization? Yeah, also that. They leave a power void and pew pew each other. Yep. I guess that's one of the best ways to say it. Not really best way to say it. There's a volcanic eruption, ironically, literally right next to Rwanda. Nyiragongo, Mount Nyiragongo. I thought they only colonized Zaire there. No, it was Zaire and I believe it had to be Rwanda and Burundi as well. Let me look to see who had control over Rwanda, because they were previously god dang it. I'm gonna have to mute myself real quick. Okay, I definitely apologize for that. I got a phone call and I had to take that phone call, so I had to pause it and look for something real quick, but I am back. So I definitely apologize for that absence. Anyway, what I was talking about is Rwanda. Essentially what was going on is okay, I'm totally losing my train of thought. Anyway, let's continue back with Angola. I'm totally getting off topic too. Deforestation, what's going on here? Let's conduct a survey. And parliaments. And wow, they really don't like that, so vote against. And protest? No? I'm gonna criticize a lot of media. Wait, protest, criticize in the media. Let's do it in the media and then not on television this time. Next time, whenever it's a bigger thing, I think it'll be on television. PG pause your game. hashtag PG pause your game. I already did. I did. Quiz who had control of Tanzania or whatever. Are you talking about Tanzania? How much for the game? About $50. About $49.99 on Steam as of right now. There's a little bug right there. That thing's just hovering. Wait. Ah, there you go. Yep, we're not that far away from Thanksgiving, so I think it should be able to go on sale whenever Thanksgiving comes around. And if you don't grab it whenever Thanksgiving comes around, then Christmas is going to be the next time to grab it. When is the Mac version of 2020 coming? I actually do not know. This is why I always use Windows. I actually built my own computer, so... Oh, look at that! We're gonna get $30 for the entire nation of Angola. What are we gonna use this money for? I don't know. Taxes payable on all light and small caliber firearms, whether automatic or not, guns, revolvers, carbines, and all types of shotguns. Government proposal is apparently to put a 90-cent tax 90-cent tax on weapons, which is it's gonna get us $30. Like, what can you buy for $30 in Power and Revolution? I don't know. Conduct a survey. Let's do Parliament's position. Obviously, the Liberal Democratic Party is against it. Let's say vote against. And let's do initiated action, urge an organization, let's do that. Urge an organization to launch a protest, and let's try to get the gun organization to launch an action against the government. Is there anything? Anti-racism, there's fight against AIDS, fishermen, magistrates, mixed race, the mixed race community, what the heck? 588,000! And then with whites, we have 6.4 million white people in the country. Those are the minorities. Look at this. Look at that beautiful man right there. United Path of Railway Workers, Senior Citizen Protection. Police? I guess not. Protest action, criticize the law, initiate an action for your party. Demonstration in the capital, sit in cities across the country, nah. $50 of French fries. Is Windows 11 coming? Ah, yes, the sequel to Windows 10, Windows 11, or Windows 12, or Windows X. I'm gonna sell my newborn to buy this game. Black shirt, Jesus Christ. Let's go over here. When is the next elections? What was that election we were moving toward? I guess it was because I changed something. But the next elections are going to be in 2022. Deforestation tax, great passivity. Shut up. I think the party would have taken action. See, you're not telling me this whenever the thing starts. Like, you're not telling me anything. Cybersecurity Task Force. Hey, at least you're giving some money to it. Let's wait for the next presidential action and launch an actual action against the government. Campaign should start by now. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. But yeah, Parliament picks the president. Right now, I changed it to a popular system, so I guess it must have changed the date of the election to earlier than it was supposed to be. The last time we had director elections was in 1992. Okay. Or wait, hang on. I could run the party illegally. Is that something I could do? But let's criticize the president. Let's criticize the head of state on a particular subject, and let's make it education. Because you have not been making anything against. You have not been making anything against education. Okay, I'm gonna have to take one more minute again away from this real quick, so I will be right back. Okay, totally back. Now, again, really sorry for that. Apparently an iPad went missing, and I had to go look for it because it's an iPad. But anyway, finally I'm back. So let's continue. Totally sorry again. I am very much sorry for leaving on that. Vilifies the government. Whoa.
The state has entirely neglected this great national cause. It is a shame. It is a crime.
Wow, that was so inspiring, so strong, so powerful. Alright. Guess I'm gonna ignore that, because it's kind of like split in between. So I guess I'm gonna have no voting recommendation on that. Alright, let's go ahead and go into the month of April and see. We're just going up a couple of days. Looks like our approval rating is actually the same as the president of Angola. What are you? The Liberal Democratic Party. So let's look at you real quick. People's appreciation of your actions. They don't like my stances on environment, hunting restriction, firearms, security, but they like my thing on agriculture, obviously. I'm always the most pro-agricultural president in Power and Revolution. PG, try getting your relations with your neighbors better. Oh wait, you're not president. Yeah, I know. By the way, what are police fans used for? Police fans are essentially in this game used to get your. So you load your police officers into the vans and then you send them into the other side of the city. So instead of having them just walk all the way from like the national parliament to the military base, what you do is that you load them into the van, and then the van just gets them there like a little bit quicker than what you actually have whenever you just get them to move from one place to the other. Bill is being drafted. Culture, animation films, tax and reductionist, guilty silence. See, come on, you're not telling me. It's half and half. What do you want me to do? But she likes me anyway, so we're okay. We're okay. Just lay off me a little bit. Hey, we have some really good relations with the country of Zimbabwe. Oh, look at that, 43% approval rating. Can't wait for that to get to 0. Okay, so whenever he gets thrown out, then whenever he gets thrown out, that's whenever new elections should be organized, I think. Alright. So apparently the president introduced a law in which tax exonerations for donations to charitable organizations, and then he moved it from exoneration to no exoneration. So right now the party does not like that action. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to initiate an action for your party. And then so the real estate was one issue, but then whenever it comes to donations to charity, I think that's gonna be a good way to get a lot of people upset. So let's do demonstrations in cities across the country. Riot? Huh? Is there a riot going on? Oh god. Haha. Protests. 6,000 people protest across the country of Angola, even in the city of Cabinda. Favorable opinion. Your arguments were convincing. You're right. Enough debate. It's time for action. I will liaise with our supporters to coordinate the movement. All right. 6,000 people have been organized, and they protest throughout the country, and protests come to an end after 1 day of protests. 38% approval and 50% approval for myself. So that is great news for us.
The protest did, without question, draw large numbers. We're not talking a revolution, but a good rebellion, which sent a strong message to the government.
Alright, that is exactly what we were thinking, that it is not a revolution, but it is a good rebellion, which does send a very strong message against the government of Angola. Can you organize a riot and then the chaos come in charge, like some kind of populist coup? I think, yeah. I think you're able to do that whenever you launch a riot. But actually, speaking of riots, what we need to do, we need to go into here. Criticize, publicize a movement, process action against legislation. Can be voted on 4/20/20. And publicize protest action. Protest. Sit in the capital. Isn't there supposed to be a way that you can actually launch an actual riot? And then speaking of, let's go ahead and let's do the right-wing billionaire. And return to categories, intellectuals, artists, associations. Let's go ahead and start meeting with some associations. Anti-racism, move back. National Family Association. We can actually meet with you. Human sharing, senior citizen. And let's do women's rights as well. Let's cancel. Let's go ahead and do these meetings with these people. Up for a coup d'etat? Hell yeah! I want to launch a coup.
Sure.
Except I'm going to lose. Tell me is radiant. Speak highly in you in public. Richest and most gorgeous. And should I illegally fund my party? I didn't know the campaign finance laws were different here.
Yes.
Oh crap, I didn't mean to do that, but okay, let's do it. See what happens. Meeting. Champagne. Charming. Mayor lieutenants can be proud of you. Speak highly of you in public. Blah 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 blah. Exoneration of charity organizations, that's great. Well, we already made an action against them.
Yes.
Do speak highly of you. And I don't think she actually took it on that last one.
Sure.
Coffee, champagne,
Yeah.
charming,
That's the way.
leader, and highly of you in public.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
We'll have to see.
Yeah, whatever. I'll go ahead and put you on the hit list whenever we get into power. $591,000 bank transfer from Samuel Hurdy, so that's great that we get another $500,000 to fund our operations. Maternity hospitals. Ooh, he wants to build a couple of maternity hospitals in the region of Zaire. I guess. I mean, Mbanza, Congo. Conduct a survey, opinion of the people. People should actually like that, so that's good. At least he's improving the situation a little bit. 35% approval rating right now. And it is just trickling down from about 50 all the way down to about 35 now. We are at 56% approval rating. Maybe investigate and find dirt on the ministries. Oh yeah, we could actually do that. When are you making a new economic tutorial for this game? This month. I will be continuing on with the work for that this month. Look at that. Look at that approval rating that he was above me for a little bit, and then now it's starting to separate itself. So I'm starting to get liked a lot more than the current president right now. Let's go ahead and criticize the head of state on another subject, and let's criticize him on energy independence, automation, agriculture. Let's criticize him on agriculture since I'm a huge agricultural candidate. Let's criticize him on television. And architecture? Architecture? Didn't I say agriculture?
The state has entirely...
I thought I said agriculture. What does that say? Let's go back. Criticize oh, that is architecture. I thought I totally thought it said agriculture. God dang it. Architecture and agriculture. Darn. Automobile, cinema, classical music, consumption of marijuana, controlled immigration, culture, dance, digital education, employment. I'm not gonna launch too many TV attacks against the head of state. What is martial law and police class used for? Martial law is essentially whenever the entire country is running to the ground, and if you want to keep power, then issuing a martial law order is one of the best ways to kind of keep the peace, especially whenever it's like riots and protests all across the country. It's like a national collapse is imminent. So state of emergency as well as the order of martial law are ways that you can do that, but state of emergency is kind of like the police can keep the order in any way they can, and then martial law is basically that, but with the military. So martial law is usually to be used in some of the, I guess, rarest circumstances. Employee social security payments, he wants to lower them, actually. Let's do that. Apparently 80% of the parliament likes it, but then the center-right Democratic Party and the Liberal Democratic Party really don't like it. Employee social, oh, this is for employees, so let's recommend we vote against and launch a protest action. Criticize a lot of media. This is for taxes, so launch an action for your party, and let's do a demonstration in the Capitol. Favorable opinion, and she is liaising. So 3,500 people show up at the Capitol building, and demonstrations against the bill are happening as of right now, and nothing happens against those people as they protest in the streets. Wait, what the heck happened? Dang it, I just like clicked on a notification I didn't even see. Can you explain how to raise worldwide production of any resource without subsidies? Without subsidies, that is a question. Without subsidies, it's... what are you usually doing? It's... nationalization would be a way to do that. That whenever you nationalize, essentially the government becomes more involved in that sector. So nationalizing it could be a way to do that. It is for autarky and self-sufficiency. Okay. If anyone just heard me say autarky basically is a way for your country to become very much self-sufficient within all resources. I think autarky was a term used by then Nazi Germany as a way for Germany to not be reliant on anyone else outside of themselves. It's kind of like a form of isolationism, except it's in the form of international trade. I say it's isolationism, but it's kind of, at least Germany used it in that sort of way, I believe. And if I'm wrong, you can go ahead and correct me on that, but Germany basically used it. And again, it's called autarky. Germany used it as a way to not be reliant, so whenever they did go on the conquest that they did, that way, you know, they're not buying most of their oil from the United Kingdom or even the United States, and that way that their own resources are coming from themselves. And whenever they did expand, especially down into the Balkan region, and especially whenever they went into the Soviet Union and made a charge for the Caucasus, basically, what happened is that there's a lot of oil down here, and if they were able to capture all of this oil that is in this region right here, then essentially what would have happened is they could have just flat out won the war against the Soviet Union. And that's a very, very I guess optimistic thing to say, because the invasion of the Soviet Union was very complicated. So alright, so let's continue on, I need to get rid of this song. I hate this song. The reason I have to get rid of that song is because it copyrights my videos whenever it comes on. So I'm not able to make any money off of the videos whenever that song plays. The word has a Greek origin. Okay. It's harky. It's harky. Okay. That's apparently Greek. I'm going to have to look back into that word. Privatized versus nationalized. What is better? In what cases sectors should be nationalized? In what case should it be privatized? I'm gonna leave that to the economic tutorial. I'm gonna be talking for like 30 minutes about that. So I will leave it to the economic tutorial, but I'll go ahead and give a very summarized version of that answer. If you want to privatize, you need to make sure that your sales and your profits are doing extremely well. If you want to nationalize, then nationalize strategic sectors. As the information of the game says, nationalizing is usually whenever you want to do it against a strategic sector. So if you want to nationalize your steel industry or your agricultural industries, to make sure, because the way it's kind of viewed in this game, nationalization is having more availability to the people, and whenever the government gets involved into that sector, it's essentially expanding it to more people. So with the government getting involved in it, that means that it's going to be able to go to the people more efficiently. I believe that's what it is. So whenever it comes to nationalization, I usually do it against sectors that are usually going to be very strategic in the next couple of years. So if I want to, so like Great Public Bionics or third generation nuclear power plants, those are going to be producing a lot of money within the next couple of years whenever you're playing this game. So nationalizing sectors like third generation nuclear power, even your nuclear power industry, your solar and wind your solar and wind economic sectors, those are very much important to actually nationalize, because those sectors, I mean, I did that as once, and I built like 100 I built like 100 wind power plants as North Korea, and whenever I did that, my economy exploded. And by exploded, I'm saying like it made up like 60%, 80% actually of my economy as North Korea. My GDP went from like 25 billion to about 200 billion, literally just from wind power. So these sectors, especially ones that are not developed yet, those are the ones that honestly I would say nationalize. Alright. Establish the duration of allowance. Ooh, that is a big one. Yeah, look at this. Constitution Day is on 11/15/1992, and National Day is on November 11th. The National Day of Angola just recently passed on November 11th. Established duration of the allowance for job seekers, and it is going from 45 to 46. So let's conduct a survey. Parliament's position, obviously the party is against it, so let's recommend that they vote against it, and let's do protest action. Initiate an action for your party and urge an organization that is Initiate an action for your party, and let's do demonstrations in cities across the country. You have the insurrection achievement. Little less turnout from the previous national protests, and that is unfortunate. Favorable opinion, and let's continue to go. Let's go into the month of April.
The protest went well. The numbers were what we expected. It shows what we are capable of and gives the current leadership something to think about.
Alright, hell yeah. Attack your opponent on things not popular, okay. So what are we doing? Rescuing Angola? A little bit of a rescue of Angola, but I'm also playing as a... we're essentially just trying to see if we can actually oust the president of Angola soon. Duration of job seekers, tax on salt and animal fats goes from 0% to 2%, raises about $8 million. Let's do Parliament's position. Let's do Parliament's and the People's position. People don't like it, and my party definitely does not like it. Let's do urge an organization to initiate a protest, and what is the anti-tax organization? Union of Wage Earners. Let's vote against and protest action. Criticize the law to the media and then television address. Since we literally just did a protest. That's X out of there. Wow, that approval definitely did go down, so that was a good, smart move right there. It was a big boy move. Yeah, his approval is 28%, so let's hope to God that he starts making some more unpopular actions. Wait. Angola. Oh, crap. Oh. Oh, God. I did not realize that COVID was happening. Oh, no. That is a total miss on my part. Oh, God. There's 140,000 cases in the United States. Barely. I mean, Angola's doing pretty good. We have 80 people that have recovered from the coronavirus, and then 8 people that are actively infected with it right now. The government, I guess... What's the economy looking like right now? National deficit negative 1.14%. 36% unemployment, 23% inflation, and 107,000. GDP is down about $10 billion. And we have 513 ICU beds, but we are not president right now, so honestly, we don't really have to worry about it. Great passivity. Oh, whatever. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. I did something. %25 approval. Cut funding to sumo wrestling. 24% approval rating. During the election, use COVID as a platform to win. I mean, that's not even a platform on this game. I mean, it's a scenario that you can fight against, but it's not really something you can use on a campaign trail. Audio visual tax. Apparently he wants to lower it. Let's go to Parliament's position, and they apparently don't like it. Let's actually vote in favor of this. This is going to be one of the only things that we can actually be bipartisan on. Apparently Parliament is actually for it. Wait. Regulate traffic in urban zones. Goes from alternating traffic every other day to traffic in center cities reserved for public transport. In Angola, that kind of makes sense. Parliament's position. Everyone actually likes it. Let's go ahead and vote in favor of that piece of legislation. And again, check on the coronavirus. It is now spreading throughout the country. 80 active infections right now. 251 people have recovered from the coronavirus and now down to 72. In the Cubango region, it has over 2 infections. Let's check the biggest city of all. 298 infections so far in the Luanda region. Going up to the Zaire region, we have 9 infections. So it's slowly going to make its way into the rest of the country, unfortunately. So we're going to, as an African nation, we are very much at, not really at fault, but we're very likely to not have a good time. And I think a lot of people know that is that the issue with Africa and the coronavirus is that with a brand new disease, I mean, the healthcare situation throughout the continent of Africa is to a point to where you really don't know who has what. I mean, there's so many different diseases that run rampant throughout Africa that kill so many people that they don't even have what do you call it? They don't even have like ways of knowing who's dying and who's not. Well, we're about 2 years from an election, so it's going to be a little bit before I'm able to take advantage of what's going on. Unless there is an early election, because he's at 19% approval rating, 20% approval rating now. Welcome to the stream, Soldier. Welcome to the live stream. I haven't seen you here before, so definitely welcome to you. Everyone who is watching right now, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you want to see more content like Power and Revolution, just hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss one. And I will be returning to the United States series. Not really going to be giving any more information other than that. But I don't know how this U.S. series is going to go, but we are going to be playing as a brand new president on the United States, and I think we should be able to face against the coronavirus. So that will be fun to play as a brand new administration and more. Conduct a survey, Parliament's position, people's position. Apparently my party is about a little bit for it, so I'll go ahead and vote in favor of it. I guess he's trying to save his popularity right now. Deforestation tax, why did I miss that? That's the one time I think that lady is actually correct in doing that. Maybe he has a special celebrity coming in, lol. Yeah, I know. Who is that celebrity? No, God, no, it's not Cardi B. Oh yeah, okay, I guess World War III just started. What's going on here? What's going on here? I don't know. Something happened. What happened with France? I mean, seriously, where did that go from? Pakistan Mujahideen and United Mujahideen Afghanistan. But what's going on? What's going on over here, guys? Anyone want to tell me? Because I don't know. I don't know where's France going from. I mean, how did France and them get together? %, boys, so close to zero. He lost 3% in one day, and oh, it's the coronavirus that's doing so bad for him. No wonder he's been losing approval, is because of the coronavirus. It's going on right now in Angola. It is now spreading throughout the country. 239 infections, 1,613 people have recovered from the coronavirus. Death to the Radical Red League, which is not the MPLA. Thanks, I'm enjoying your channel a lot. Just finished the ongoing US series. Already subscribed to your channel and continue the good work. Thank you so much for that. I will be continuing the United States series very soon. We're going to be playing through a brand new administration through the year 2021 to 2024. So definitely look forward to that. And it's going to be a very different series. With the United States series that I had first initially started, this is going to be the first time that I'm going to be playing as a Democratic presidency. So again, I'm not going to be naming names, but I'm pretty sure you guys know exactly who I'm talking about. That is exactly what's going to be happening with the United States series, and I'm going to be playing that administration a little bit differently, as I would in any other gameplay as the United States. Wine tax, I missed that one. Alright, let's pause the game, criticize the head of state on a particular subject, and let's do employment. Criticize on television, and let's go ahead and, oh god, it's at 3%. It's at 3. Sounds like communism in the United States. Yes sir, we're going to be going after communism in the United States. Big sabotage of the state for Felipe. Ah, people really like that. Where's his arms?
The current situation in the country is catastrophic. That should be a major priority of the government, which, with its pedal boat captain, has done nothing to prevent sinking.
Did you see his teeth? Do you see his teeth? He got really, he started showing teeth there. That was scary. Am I the only leftist here in the chat? I actually don't know. Leftism, rightism, I don't care. I mean, people are people. Censorship for minors, controls, and censorship. What about conduct a survey and see what people really think about that? Wow, even my own party isn't really fully against it. But let's go ahead and say let's vote against it and let's protest the action. Conduct an action for your party, and let's do demonstrations again across the country. And I think this should be the final nail in the coffin for that president. Human rights, people really like that. I am at 63% approval right now against the president of Angola's 3%. You ain't alone. I'm libertarian left. I am libertarian right. Little bit trending toward authoritarian, I believe, but I am still libertarian right.
Protest did, without question,
Draw large numbers. How many people did it draw? Let me go back. 6,000 people were drawn to that protest. Look at that. Look at that approval rating right there. we are now just trending toward 60%. We are above 60%, and then the president of Angola was hovering just above 10%, and it just shot back down. So he is essentially very close to being removed from office right now. Social Security cost. Oh, he wants to increase funding to that. So, but he goes down to 2%. Let's look at the newspaper. Schools still closed in certain regions. Think about the low-income children. Low-income children. I mean, what the heck is a poverty rate throughout Angola? There's more than just. I think there's more than just low. I mean, the unemployment rate right now, look, is almost 40%. That is horrible. It is time for a snap election. Yes, sir, it is time for a snap election, but we have not seen a snap election yet. Funding of violent groups. Oh, that's how we do it. Alright, let's go ahead and give about nearly $500,000 to funding of violent groups. $400,000. I guess that went somewhere. He cut funding to museums. And again, for those who are watching right now, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. We are about 25 likes. Let's go ahead and get up to 30 likes before this live stream ends. And we're doing... let me actually change Republic of Angola. Let's go ahead and do Angolan opposition gameplay. I'm going to change the title of this live stream to Angolan and opposition gameplay. Tax on redundancies. Alright, I think this is going to be the final nail in the coffin for this president. This actually might throw him to the curb. Let's go ahead and launch a protest action and initiate an action for your party. And let's do sit-in in the capital. Overreaction. Yes, there are some issues we're unhappy with, but we don't think that warrants staging protest action. Our campaigners won't support us this time, so I won't ask them to. Come on! Come on! You guys are asking me to do all this crap and then you won't let me do it. What is the furthest amount of time you have went in Power and Revolution? I think it's about 2024 or 2025. 2020... About the end of 2024... was around that time. We are now at 0%. He has 0% approval, and I have 64% approval. We should be seeing a snap election very, very soon, so hopefully we can actually take a majority in the Angolan parliament. And that way, I think, since we're still a parliamentary system, we should be able to essentially be able to win a presidency. Hopefully that's what happens. If the system that Angola has works against us, that's going to be really upsetting. Then we can just go for a terrorist organization or something like that. Alright, let's go ahead and go over a couple of days. We should see that he changes. The face should change if he cannot recover from this. But essentially, very, very soon, we probably should be able to see a new parliamentary election being organized. I may be wrong, but I haven't played opposition in a little bit, so that should be able to... That should be the thing that happens. Social centers, he wants to build one social center in the Congo region. Great passivity. What did he do? Oh, crap. Remove your VP. I can't. I don't think I can. Alright, let's go about a week. See what happens. Water transport. Wow, he cut $10 million from water transport. He's really just digging himself a deeper hole than he already is in right now. Go here. Let's do detective agency, investigate a key figure. Let's go into the government, and let's do Minister of Defense. No information available. Public defamation. Yeah, let's definitely launch an investigation on this guy. So we have $4.4 million available. It's going to cost $16,000 to launch the investigation, and then once we, in the event of a successful investigation, it's going to cost an additional $42,000. So let's go ahead and compile that investigation against the Ministry of Defense. I smell heresy. I smell corrupt presidency. I smell hot dogs. Oh, man. Alright. Oh, God. U.S. presidential election just occurred in the United States, and we should see a brand new president happening in the United States. Maybe Chuck Schumer wins or Donald Trump wins. We will see what happens there. Conduct a survey. Parliament's position. My party doesn't like it, so we'll vote against it. And protest action. Launch an action for your party. And let's do demonstrations in the Capitol. Let's do that. 5,300 people show up at the protest. That is great. Called off.
Is constantly on its guard.
Oh.
I took it upon myself to cancel the investigation.
I took it on myself to cancel the investigation. So protests there. Still no action happening right now with the 0% approval rating right now with the president of Angola. Criticize the head of state, publicize movements, candidates, actions, violent groups, order a poll, fundraising, key figure. Political parties, Radical Red. What are you doing? What is the furthest amount of time you have went in Power and Revolution? I just said that earlier. It was about 2024, 2025, around that area. The time has come. Execute Order 66. But yeah, around 2024, 2025, I haven't really gone past the 2020s in Power and Revolution as of yet. Wow, this guy really likes to increase the deforestation tax. Let's vote against and protest action, and let's do initiate an action for your party, and let's do demonstrations in cities across the country. Yep, overreaction. Look at all these masks. They actually changed it so the people are wearing masks. We got some N95s. There's old lady wearing a freaking mask, going like, aha, no, you youngster, come on. All these young people right here would be wanting to beat the crap out of you. Old lady. Yep, old lady in a protest. Can't wait to... How do I launch a riot? That's what I want to figure out. This game is like 5 years old, but I'm asking how to launch a freaking riot whenever this feature has been here for like so long. Funding violent groups means you have more armed men at your disposal. When there's unrest in towns and cities, the authorities will take action if you choose to use them, particularly if you order them to open fire. This could also have a negative effect on public opinion. Okay, let's continue to go. 0% approval. Swear to God. I mean, again, I don't know. This is odd. I mean, he's had nearly 0% approval since around the middle of October. Deforestation tax. Let's go to you. Do good. Run the party illegally, publicize a movement. So it's here. No, here. Funding of violent groups. Let's do an additional $400,000 into that. Budget ceiling by term of office until 8/28/2022. We have $27 million apparently that we can spend. That's our budget ceiling. Snyder Quintero, thank you so much for joining this live stream. I haven't seen you here before, so welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't backseat. What? What is backseating? He wants to increase funding to video games, so that's okay. This is still 0% approval. I feel a disturbance in the force. Shooting, defunds shooting. Going into the year 2021. Still no Snapple action. I know. Is this a bug or? See, again, that's why I was kind of like with Angola. It was one of those things where I kind of knew. I don't think that's how it works because their parliament doesn't really matter. It's again, their parliament is a consultative role. Which this may or may not be. I mean, let me do this. Publicize the amendment, criticize the head of state. Let's do it on employment. Big sabotage of the state for Felipe. People still like that. Wait, whoa. Solar. He wants to build a solar plant? Where the hell is he building it? There it is. Huh. 2.84 terawatts worth of electricity coming out of that solar power plant. That's great. We have almost 70% approval. Why can't you just take out the president if he has 0% approval? I know. All right, should I go illegal? Should I go illegal for this one? Let's vote against. Protest action. Initiate an action for your party and demonstration in the Capitol. Or let's do a sit-in. Favorable opinion. Haha, we can do a sit-in. And sit-in should be able to happen for as long.
The protesters are in place. I will keep you.
I think this is how we actually do a riot. Okay, so it's went from 1600 to 1700. 1900. Weave your web. Networking. Song. GDP's going back up, so it's great. We have 2,000 people now at the sit-in. Tax on gambling. He wants to do a tax on gambling. Okay. Party still doesn't like it, so let's vote against and not do any more action since we already have one right now. Hit that right. If that riot don't make him go, then go illegal and destroy him. Yep, that's probably the plan. 2,500 people are now there. Let's sit in demonstrations against the bill. Let's do that and see what the reaction to that is. 3,000 people are now at the sit-in the Capitol building. 14 days since the beginning of the sit-in. He wants to build a psychiatric hospital to throw all the sit-in people in there. PG, you could have protested. I am protesting. This is it. Oh, it's a riot now. Uprising.
Comrades are on the front line. We are awaiting your instructions. The square is under...
The square is under our control. Alright, let's go. Let's go here. Attack with paramilitary troops. Disperse fighters and end clashes in the city. Oh, we actually... They're gonna call the military in, but... Let's do this. Let's get these guys together. I'm gonna have a little bit of strategery in here. Okay. Whoa, okay, we're gonna move these guys together. Oh god, we're getting decimated. Build a barricade, Molotov cocktail. Let's throw some Molotovs at these guys right here. Aw, they threw tear gas, they're disabled. I think they're retreating. Yeah, they're retreating. Alright, I think the protest is over.
More men on the ground.
Police are a little OP.
The protesters dispersed in an orderly manner, in accordance with your instructions.
I didn't give him those instructions. No, I didn't. Someone else did. That wasn't even me. Alright, we are now at 30 likes. Thank you guys all for joining this live stream. Tax. Gambling, lottery. Establish stock of cameras. We're gonna ignore that one. There's a drought in Namibia. Namibia. God, I skewer these names sometimes. Zambia. Democratic Republic of the Congo. I love in this 2020 edition that they finally changed it to DR Congo, because I was just like, please do something to that. It's way too long because it's like literally the title of the country is the size of the continent. King Xavier, welcome so much to the welcome to the live stream. Welcome so much to the live stream. I don't know what that means, but welcome to the live stream, King. King, he's king. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. I'm not listening to you. Culture Family Films. It looks like he wants to increase funding to it. Still 0% approval, and he's been like this for like a couple of months. It is now February 12th of 2021. Let's look at the United States. Donald Trump did win his re-election bid in the United States, so let's look. Oh, what's going on here?
This just in. The country has officially and proudly announced the release of a vaccine produced by one of its most prestigious laboratories. After the development phase, testing on animals and then humans, researchers have just confirmed production. the world can breathe.
All right. The United States discovers the coronavirus vaccine, so that means that the United States should be able to start finding a way to get rid of all the cases that are prevalent throughout the country. Let's look at the United States. Number of deaths. Look at all these deaths. Wow, California is 10 million cases within the United States. See, that's the weird thing, is that the United States right now has over 10 million cases, but then whenever it comes to... The United States right now has over 10 million cases, and it's kind of weird that the United States in the game usually has over 10 million cases, and then that's where it kind of comes to an end. Usually you can find, and it takes you about a year, and if you don't get the situation on a lock by that time, by the year 2021, you're usually going to have over 10 million cases. Let's look at the situation in Angola, though. In Angola, we have over 35 active cases with 5,000 people that have recovered from it. But over 136 Angolans have died within this pandemic. Let me actually look to see what's going on in Angola right now with the coronavirus. Because there is usually... Let me look. Look. So we're going to be looking at Angola. The Republic of Angola right now has over almost 14,000 cases, 13,922 cases right now, with 104 being added today. In deaths, they have over 332 deaths, that people that have died within Angola. 6,623 people have recovered from it, and Angola, as of right now, has over 6,967 active cases. Active cases is obviously when someone is actively infected, still sick with the coronavirus. And we go over to serious critical condition people. Angola has over 23 of those. And then total cases per 1 million population, it is 419. Deaths out of 1 million population, it is 10. And then total, they have tested 171,000 times. And then going for that, and they have a population of 33.2 million people within Angola. Buy a new and good mic. Okay, you wanna do something for? Want to send a $100 donation over? No, I'm just kidding. Once I actually am able to, yeah, I think it is about time for me to upgrade this mic. I've had it for about 2 years. Yeah, I would say 2 years. I've actually had this mic for 2 years. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I definitely need a new mic. You were totally right. Next stop, we're going to get a new mic, guys. If you have any recommendations about what kind of mics you would recommend, I would definitely be up for hearing those. His voice vibrates so much. That might be... Is that just my voice? I'm gonna have to look later, because I've been hearing a couple of complaints about my mic, so I'll look into it and I'll see if I'm able to fix it. And if I cannot fix it, then you're just gonna have to bear with me until I can get a new mic. What happened to his approval? What? You son of a crap. Proposed legislation. What did you propose? Great passivity. What did you do? Ah, that's BS. That is so BS. That is BS. He had no approval for, like, look, November, December, January, February. He had 0% approval for 4 months. And he still survived, except... That's so BS. That is crap. That is crap. I might start doing United States series when I build a PC. Hey, that's going to be really cool. Maybe we can have a competing United States series. That'd be interesting to watch. Tiger USA. Hey, Tiger, I haven't seen you in a while. I definitely remember you. Are you playing as his opponent? Yes, I am. And he had 0% approval for 4 months. And then it just died. I mean, the elections are in 545 days, but that's so BS. This game is so rigged. Yep, rigged election. It's a rigged election, guys. I hate it. This is a rigged election. Yeah, screw what happened in the United States, but Angola, definitely rigged. Oh man, that is total crap. That is so funny. Yeah, I think we've it's now his approval's dropping again. And he gets rid of veterans exonerations. Excuse me. No! Come on. Get rid of that song. God dang it. It's 48% approval now, not Democratic opponents. Oh, man. See, this is exactly why I kinda was just kinda like, well, what? Should I be a Democratic opponent in Angola? Should I? I really don't think I should. I think, and for those who are just now joining or just now watching, I don't think this is I think it is the game. I think it is the game. It's the laws of the country and the way the game is supposed to work and how the laws prevent you from doing certain things. So in countries like Angola, those are the places that you don't really have the opportunity to, because in places like Iran, you can run in an election and do pretty much fine, but then whenever it comes to places like this where the parliament doesn't have that much power, you're not going to be able to get that far. And that's kind of, I guess this was like a myth busted or something like that. This was kind of like a PG Mythbusters episode where we're basically just trying to figure out how the game works. Angola is not even authoritarian. See, again, that's why I was kind of that's what I was trying to say, I guess, at the beginning, was like, doing a game like this in Angola and in countries in which it's, I guess, again, with the game and the way the parliaments are supposed to work, if the parliament is a consultative role, you're not going to be able to get that far. I mean, what? Out of a population of 30 million people, and let me look, how many supporters does my party have? 400,000 people, and I would only get a turnout of like 6,000? Barely even goes above 6,000. So it's sort of the game, but then it also kind of makes sense why the game would do that. So I guess this is more of, again, more of a myth busted kind of thing. So in places like Angola, you can't really be a Democratic opponent. You have to either play as the opposition, or you can, what can you do? You can you can either play as the opposition, or you can be a terrorist group. So those are really, I guess, the only two options that you can do in this game. So I guess I'll go ahead and leave it right here. Let me... I could quit this. I could quit. I mean, we're not really getting anywhere right now. In 12/20, it is now March of 2021. 24 active infections right now in Angola. The United States has completely gotten rid of the entire coronavirus, so that is over with in the United States. Looks like everyone else is actually doing the same thing. 37,000 have died in the United Kingdom. 45,000 have died in France. 10,000 have died in Germany. And 217,000 people have lost their lives in the United States. In Africa, we screw the left, the right, the center. We believe in Pan-Africanism, and we are conservative on social issues and religious. We are more leftist on economic issues. I can't hear anything. Is it my headphones? Everyone else? No, I can hear. I can hear it. Great passivity. Okay. I guess this isn't really getting us anywhere, so we will go ahead and wrap that one up. So let's go to World Simulation, new game, and then let's try this. Let's do opposition. And can I play Angola? Let's do Angola, Liberal Democratic Party, and let's choose you, and let's see what happens there. Alright, looks like, I guess we are now in power. Ooh, look at that, 150 seats for the Liberal Democratic Party, hell yeah. Hell yeah, and it's the year 2021. And Donald Trump is still president, dang. Yeah, that's wrong. United States, 2020 elections. Looks like an electoral college victory for Mr. Trump. Looks like Pennsylvania actually supported him, and Wisconsin supported him, as well as Ohio, North Carolina, Florida, and Arizona, as well as Iowa and Texas. Meeting with the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Let's go ahead and do that meeting with our northern neighbor. $66, and we are actually a part of OPEC. Completely forgot about that. Government to be created. Let's go ahead and allow you to create a government. Let's go to Parliament, Cabinet, and we should be able to create a government here soon. Let's do a meeting with Senegal. Since these are all meetings with our own neighbors. Ooh, Cameroon really likes me. Country at risk. Popularity index. Let's do Angola. Do this. Let's give $30 million to our agricultural subsidies. It's gonna increase. And Democratic Republic of the Congo, he wants to sell cereals to me. 246. Let's go ahead and lower this. So we really do need the cereals, so this is going to be a good contract for us. Let's do 160. 160. 176. And I'm going to call this the DRC Angola Cereals Agreement. And we're going to move this to a 2-year contract. We're going to go ahead and negotiate that. And it'll be done in 2023. And we should have 620,000 tons worth of cereals coming our way. Let's go ahead and end that meeting. That's it. Call it the Lucky Charms Agreement. Dang, I missed that.
Well done. You have just signed your first contract. A note from my department will allow a rapid expert appraisal on this contract. It is attached to the contract.
Alright, let's see how that went. Democratic Republic of the Congo. And volume of the contract is too large, it exceeds our needs, and this contract allows us to provide a lower rate than usual. Watch out for growth. The morale of consumers is not at its best. The purchasing power of the working class limits them to buying basic necessities, and stores are far from making money. It's therefore the economy you'll see that will set the pace. Apparently we have a hostility with the Central African Republic. Oh wait, no, that's the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Let's look at our conflicts, and we have no conflicts as of right now, so we're relatively peaceful. Electric versus gasoline. We can work on that later. I won't build an oil well, but what I will do is I will build an electricity hub, I guess. We'll do 1,000 people. Get it done in 5 months, $334 million, and we'll build it south of the capital city. Well, let's do this. Solar. Let's invest $500 million. $520 million. Let's build it in a very good region, because that we can get a lot of electricity from somewhere. Good. Good. I think it's in the Lunda Sul region. Uh-oh, we got protests. X out. Do 63,000. See? How can you get 63,000 people? That's BS. That is total BS. Oh, we have a meeting with Senegal. Sales. Cereals. Wants to sell me more cereals. We just got a contract for that, so I will not be taking that into consideration. Price per barrel is now $50.83, and energy industry is in trouble. Slight reduction in numbers. Let's go to here. Solar. Let's invest $1 billion into this next energy project. I want to get it done as fast as possible, because I think it's going to be right over here. Yep, it's going to be right here. Right in the middle of a rainforest for some reason. Alright, we got the money to do that. That's going to be done in 120 days. Country at risk. Unemployment goes down. 25% of the population is now... Okay, let's go to the next day. Public finances. People really like the public finances going on right now. And inflation is 16%. Nah, just conquer the whole of Africa. Hell yeah. Big satisfactory role with regards to the treatment of deep poverty. Our country has a batch of poor people, no doubt about that, but its low level is so acceptable that our welcoming policies allow us to curb the most painful of situations. Today, no one dies of cold or hunger. It's all for the honor of our country. So that's great that Angola is past that period in which it's... I mean, they were in a situation of very deep poverty. And this was prevalent in a lot of African nations, that they have very, very high poverty. But let's go ahead and shoot to get this above $10,000 GDP per capita. If we get it up above $10,000, we're probably going to be one of the richest of African nations. Then build nukes. Haha, maybe. That's a... Nuclear Angola? I mean, the last one that had nukes was South Africa, and they gave them up, but we won't want to give them up. We are at 36 likes, guys. Let's go ahead and get about 4 more likes. Let's get up to about 40 likes before the end of this video. Traffic in the big cities is becoming a real headache. Traffic jams are permanent, and we do not have enough public transport to clear the main roads. To do this, we must add parking and pollution problems. Therefore, you will agree, Mr. President, that we cannot stand by like you're doing right now, looking at me impassively. Look at that little monorail right there. It's literally looks, actually, honestly, this is exactly what we're going to be building in Angola. This design itself is absolutely beautiful and is going to be the pivotal thing that will explode our economy within the capital city of Luanda. Housing, let's fix that situation. Let's do 20,000. Well, actually, let's do 2,000. Or we can do 1,000. Let's do that. Get it done in about less than a month. And go to the next day. People like that. There's something so fun about developing an undeveloped country in this game. Yeah, I actually agree. I definitely agree with that. I need to do it more. I need to find like a series that I can do on maybe an African country, maybe a Middle Eastern country. I've considered Iraq a couple of times. Turkey is a place. Like, I've done them before. I'm familiar with Turkey, and doing Turkey would be really fun because it's not that developed, but then you can develop it so strongly that you will be a regional power within the next 5 years. Nigeria is fun. They have a lot of oil that you can use. Let's look at the size of their economy. $460 billion. We could definitely, if I were to do Nigeria, that would it'd be interesting because I could actually get them up to possibly about $1 trillion GDP, and then we could definitely deal with the jihadist caliphate situation as well as the Boko Haram situation. Is Boko Haram still an issue in Power and Revolution, or is it just the jihadist caliphate? Where is it? I think this is it. The Nigerian opposition movement. Where? Maybe. The Niger Delta. Where's their capital? Abuja? Is Abuja the... Yeah, that is the capital. Abuja is the capital. Oh, there it is. I'm familiar with Lagos, but I am not really familiar with Abuja. Abuja and Kaduna have a high-speed rail system right in between their cities. That's great. Great to see an African nation with a high-speed rail system. That would actually be really interesting if I were to actually play Nigeria, and if I actually played Nigeria, and then we could expand the high-speed rail system, get a high-speed rail line going from Abuja all the way over to Lagos. Lagos to Port Harcourt, and everywhere in between. Develop a highway system for the country. That'd be fun. So, I have a hard time adjusting people's needs. I wish this game had auto building bases on people's needs. Well, if it had auto build, you wouldn't really be doing a lot because I mean, unless you wanted a time lapse. Like, that would be a thing. But the difference is that you're the one leader. You have control over all of these things, and it's your, I guess, issue. It's you're fixing the situation of the country that you are playing as. So that is the challenge of this game. Instead of having an auto build feature, which would honestly take a lot of time and effort on the developer's part to build a system like that. But even in games like Hearts of Iron 4, you're not even Northeast. Oh, that's a very small region. But even in Hearts of Iron 4, there's not even a... Well, I mean, there is an auto build feature. Oh, maybe an auto build feature like Hoi 4 would be nice, I guess. Like, you know, building divisions or something like that. That's an auto feature that I'm thinking about right now. That would be interesting, but I guess in other things like energy projects, etc., maybe it would take away from the game by a little bit. Usually for the jihadists, you have just to bomb a few of their camps and then sign an agreement and they become a party that gets no support. Haha. Reduce staff and education. Tourism officials complain. Shame.
A homemade bomb packed with nails was hidden in a public bin in the city. The explosion caused the death of a bystander. Despite the limited resources used there, it is no doubt that it was a criminal attack.
A criminal attack? You mean criminal, or is it a terrorist attack? This is an important thing that I want to figure out how to address in Power and Revolution. Freight transportation jam. The alarming situation of freight transport may have a negative impact on the economy. If businesses cannot access their raw material or dispatch goods in their timely manner, the whole national economy will be impaired. In short, it is imperative to act before the transportation problems bring down our GDP. So, if there's... I want to figure out how to address that, unless it's just as simple as going over to the transportation tab and then giving more money over to the rail transportation department. Speaking of, let's go ahead and give 2 additional stars over to them. Should be good. And let's do some more money into road maintenance. So just increase those stars right over there. Imagine you help Nigeria. Imagine an economic deals that you can have with them. What is there? So we are authoritarian rights, and then they are an authoritarian presidential. Okay. Not attack. Give aid. Let's go ahead and give $50 million in aid over to our Nigerian neighbor. We could actually, we have extremely good relations with the Republic of Madagascar, so that's a good sign there. We also have very good relations with Cameroon. Good relations with Gabon. Great relations with our neighbor Botswana. I thought they liked Zimbabwe. How did that switch? It was literally like switched like that. Botswana didn't like us, but then Zimbabwe really liked us, unless something changed, but it's weird. But I guess we could eye some better relations with Botswana. Maybe... let's check this, actually. WTO. I'm a part of the World Trade Organization. The African market. So if I go to new organizations, you could do an economic market or a monetary union. Monetary union groups together countries using the same currency in order to develop trade and economic activity. The rate for the common currency is fixed relative to the founding country's currency. Regular meetings between the head of states are held to decide on the interest rate charged by member countries' banks. Then we can name it, blah, 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 blah. How are the oil wells coming along? I have not started anything like that yet. But we could... Again, player's continent. So we can push for a single currency. The currency has to be called Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa? Is it Kwanzaa? Am I saying that correctly? Kwanzaa? Alright, before we do this, let's go ahead and let's do a monetary union. So it's going to be called... What should I name the organization? What should I call the monetary union organization? So we're thinking about something like the African... well, okay, let me do this like in real life. African single currency. Because I know there's an African single currency that everyone really wants to like push for. And this is actually being pushed for... something is called the African Monetary Union. It's the proposed creation of an economic and monetary union for countries of the African Union administered by the African Central Bank. Such a union would call for the creation of a new unified currency similar to the euro. The hypothetical currency is sometimes referred to as the Afro or Afrik. The Abuja Agreement, an international agreement signed on June 3rd, 1991 in Abuja, Nigeria, created the African Economic Community, calling for an African central bank to follow by 2028. As of 2019, the plan is to establish an African Economic Community with a single currency by 2023. So we are in the year 2021, so we are just in time to create this. So let me look at chat. Call the currency Afro. That's the plan name for United African Currency. Yeah, I'm not even in West Africa, so I can't really do West Africa. The AMU. So let's do this. African Monetary Union. And we will call it the Afro. So that's not even a joke name right there for those who are watching right now. Again, this is literally exactly what they want to call the African Monetary Union. So I guess for right now, I guess, and this is, I guess, a little bit temporary, we will be calling it the Afro. The Afro, or we could call it the Afric. Well, it needs less than 4 letters, so the Afro, I guess, is the one we might just want to go with. Let's do the organization headquarters in Luanda, obviously. We'll do $1 billion. We'll do $1 billion annual budget. Let's do 0.75. Wait. Oh, okay. Hang on. So it's the African Monetary Union. Call it the AMU. 2 years Secretary General term. $1 billion, and then maximum annual deficit will be allowed at 8.0%. Membership vote should be by unanimous, 2/3, or with a majority. And then frequency of summits will be monthly, quarterly, or annually. I think we could do quarterly. And then name of the currency will be called... Let's look. Not the Afro. Well, again, the only reason it's being called the Afro is because call the currency Afro, not the organization. Yeah, I know. I totally got those two mixed up. It's right over here. Again, I'm trying to figure out what I can call the name of the currency. It's called, like, I mean, what would you say call it the euro, or name of currency? So I mean, I could literally just say the Afro. Or the Afric. I mean, wait, okay, so I could say Afric, actually. So I could call it the Afric. And then abbreviated name of the currency like the euro. So it's like euro. And then I could just call it the Afro. So okay, so I think this could actually work. If I call the name of the currency the Afric, but then the abbreviated name of the currency is the Afro, so you could use them kind of interchangeably. If that's a good idea, then I could do that. Or the African dollar. So, if that could work, the abbreviated name can't be 4 letters. Really? Is that right? God dang it. Why does this game always have to be so complicated? Yeah, I don't think it's going to allow me to name it the Afro. Oh, AFR, hell yeah. Hell yeah, just take the O out. AFR. Let's call it the AFR. That's it. That's the name of the currency. African dollar, and we'll call it the AFR. Affer? 20 Affers? I don't know how you would say it. The euro is EUR. Oh! Okay, abbreviated name. So it's a 3-letter word like USD, EUR, blah, 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 blah. I'm an idiot. I'm totally an idiot. All right, AFR. That's gonna be the abbreviated name, and then we're gonna call it. Can we call it the African dollar, or do we want to call it? So the name of the currency is again where we're gonna be looking at. You should declare on Mexico, maybe. Okay, Afric. All right, I think that's it. You could call it the Afric, and then it's going to be AFR. And should be it. Okay, so let's go ahead and review over this information. It's going to be a monetary union. The name of the monetary union is going to be the African Monetary Union, or the AMU. It's going to be based in Luanda with a 2-year Secretary General term. $1 billion is going to be the annual budget of Angola into this organization, and then it is going to be 0.75% of the state's budget for any other member that joins this organization. And then on the other, for the criteria or the statutes, it is going to be the country selected is going to be the entire continent of Africa. Can we make sure that the continent is here? South Africa, Rwanda, Republic of the Ivory Coast, Madagascar, Kenya, Egypt is in there, so Northern Africa is a part of this. Algeria, Benin, Botswana, Burkina Faso, Burundi, Cameroon, blah, 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 blah. And maximum... okay, so since it is an African currency, we'll go ahead and leave this at 10%. I think that should, well, now, okay, let's do 9. 9% is going to be the max. Alright, and then maximum annual budget deficit is going to be 9%. Membership vote is going to be unanimous. I believe it's going to be unanimous. And then frequency of summits is going to be quarterly. The name of the currency is going to be called the Afric, and then the abbreviated name of the currency, the 3-letter abbreviation of this currency, is going to be the AFR. Alright, let's go ahead and create. Name Secretary General for the AMU, and then put it from my own party. Let's do Paulo Jr. Altos. The country's currency has changed. Would you like all currency values to be displayed with the new currency? One Afric is going to be 0.002, literally what my currency value is right now. Vote is by majority for membership. God dang. Already did it. So unanimous is always usually going to be like that. Create polls so people can vote. Yeah, but for what? I mean, on majority system? No, it will change everything. So should I use this new currency, or should I continue going on with the dollars? Okay, I'll make a poll out of that. I could. The US GDP and GDP will go up. Okay, so everyone's telling me not to do it, so... Keep the dollars. Your GDP would be in afros, so it would say you have like trillions in GDP. Yeah, it's going to be really confusing for me to do that, so I guess I'll go ahead and leave it. Okay, the AMU, and let's see if anyone joins it in the coming days.
It is with great pride that I will assume my responsibilities at the head of this organization. I don't know how to thank you. Well, at least I can try my very best to serve the interest of the organization and our nation.
Alright, great news from the Secretary General of the AMU. Awesome, we're getting this done by 2023. New organizations. Is Madagascar a part of this? Madagascar, yep, they are. So it should be most of everyone. 8.9, it went down by about a 0.1%. Yep, Afric, AFR, alright. Let's go about a week, see if anyone joins the organization. Which I have had threatened tourists, terrorist threatened tourists, that's a mouthful. I've done a monetary union as the United States, and I had Canada join it, and I think Mexico even joined it as well. Usually what it does is that it promotes trade. Whenever you have different currencies, it's always going to be between the... whenever you have currencies like new different currencies like this, all of these countries have different inflationary scenarios that whenever you're converting into another currency, it's basically going to be worthless. So that money really only has worth in that country, but then whenever you make it into a monetary union, basically it kind of like closes that barrier that you have, that monetary barrier where the conversions end up screwing you up in the end. But then whenever you have the same currency, then that currency is going to be worth the same in Angola as it would be in the Democratic Republic of the Congo or Botswana or Madagascar. So that's the essential background of monetary organizations and why sometimes they are eyed as something that is a good thing. But then at the same time, they also do promote globalization. They do promote, I mean, it's not really the best thing if you're a nationalist or something like that. So like if Angola was a nationalist and then they were joining a monetary union, then, you know, you're abandoning your country's thing and then you're going on to something that's going to be shared not just by your country, but a lot of other countries as well. Staff shortage in the health field. Let's go over to health and let's raise this to about 50,000 people. Let's go ahead and accept that. Botswana, Cameroon, and Madagascar are friends. And yeah, they're friends with me. Diagnosis distressed. Still no applications to join the AMU as of yet. Let's publicly support the organization. The armies, Al-Huta Free Fronts in Yemen are defeated. That's great news. Let's go to April, see if anyone joins by April. Country at risk, gigabyte internet has been discovered.
The preparation.
Price per barrel, $50.74. Not really the best time to make any oil contracts as of yet. Alright, we are now in April. Still no applications to join the African Monetary Union. $465 million surplus. Great news that we're paying off our debt as the Republic of Angola. Next AMU summit on 5/2/21, and this is to set the new interest rate of the organization's central bank. This is the agenda for the next summit. Your presence is required, of course. Shall I confirm the meeting? Yes, sir, we will. And let's go ahead and go about a month. Wait, I want to review that interest rate negotiation. Interest rate. Oh wait, no. That was about our debt. That is about our debt. What is my economic growth rate? I have not been paying attention to that for the 4 months that I've been in office. We are negative 2.64% in we are in a recession right now. Essentially, we are in a recession. But I apparently have not. I'm paying off my debt apparently, even though I'm in a recession. Let's negotiate a contract with the United States. Got natural gas, oil, $54 billion. That's a huge amount of my economy. That's going to go up. So I don't want to do that right now. $300 million. I want to do like at least maybe $1 billion contract with the United States. You have a big excess, lower the interest rate. Okay, so that's going to be another option we're going to do. Let's go ahead and sell some fish to the United States. $3,600 per ton. Reflects an economy with moderate dynamism. We can do better. Yes, we can do better. Name it the Nemo Agreement. Oh, God. Interest rate. Oh, yeah, we just did an organization for that, so. Kalashnikov attack. 1 dead. That is unfortunate. Let's do this above 2,700. And we'll shoot to call it the Nemo Agreement before we close it. Let's do you 2,500. That's great. Okay, let's go ahead and call it. Call it the Nemo Agreement and set it for a 3-year term. And that should be accepted by the next go around of negotiations. And contract accepted. The Nemo Agreement has been accepted. $455 million for 178,000 tons being sent over to the United States. Trump looks like Alec Baldwin on this game. Yeah, I know, he does. China discovers robotic exoskeleton. China discovers the Hyperloop. Let's go to 5-2. Should be the next summit for the African Monetary Union. Maybe Angola probably isn't the best country to start the monetary union. Maybe that would be a job for maybe Nigeria or even South Africa, maybe even Ethiopia. But if Ethiopia, what are they doing? They are stronger than me, just barely. We have a higher human development index than Ethiopia. The gross national happiness, they're higher than us. They have higher demography than us. They have slightly stronger economy than us, and they are a little bit more powerful than us militarily. You plan on cutting carbon emissions? Whoever has the strongest currency, yes, I think that's also, but how do you really figure out who has the strongest currency? Nigeria has a stronger currency, Ethiopia. Wow. Yeah, look at that. Ethiopia has an extremely strong currency. You should conquer all of Africa. Haha, soon. We are at 43 likes, everyone. Let's go ahead and get up to 50 likes before the end of this video. 5-2 and 5-3. Time to vote. Welcome one and all. We are meeting today to determine the interest rate value for the organization's banks. Mr. President, we would like to have your opinion. What value do you wish to agree on? Let's go ahead and max out this interest rate. This is going to be 0.17. And we're going to max it out for this one. Space Agency, Angolan satellite. Yes, please. Let's go ahead and get an Angolan satellite in the air. Let's go ahead and accept this meeting with with Romania. The organization has finally announced that the new sales interest rate for its central banks is 0.18%. So that is great. We're getting that up. We just need to get that higher than it is right now. And again, we're going to be meeting, I believe, quarterly. Let's go ahead and suggest that for the member countries 1. So I think the organization is now up for grabs. Angosat. Japan discovers e-paper, meeting with the Romanian Prime Minister. And they want to purchase construction of electric automobiles from me. Do I have production? Yes, I do. Let's do 30,000. 27,000. 6 million. That's okay, I think. Negotiation. Yeah, they rejected that. That sucks. Start developing the communications and internet connection to improve the GDP. Speaking of GDP, let's look right here. We are about 3 days from this new energy project saving the Angolan economy. Let's go ahead and go for 3 days. Alright, and that energy project finally, okay, got rid of that song. Now you listen to Clarissa.
Respective analysis.
Ethiopian network. Harare? What are you making? 3.1 terawatts worth of electricity from that one solar power plant. Wow, 70%. 70% of my electricity is now coming from just one solar power plant. Hopefully we don't go to war in which it is disabled, because that will crash my economy. Speaking of, let's go to solar electricity and let's nationalize the sector. We're going to be Parliament's position, and let's go ahead and fully nationalize that sector. That is going to help out immensely for my country. Dramatic increase in unemployment, 28%. Wow. Just a little input. You can build lots of power plants and sell it to other African nations. Yep, we will be selling this electricity. Let's go over here. Energy surplus is 2.86 terawatts, and that is very good because our consumption is only 1.3 terawatts, and our electricity production is 4 terawatts. So that's very much good. Let's go ahead and get another $1 billion project going. And I think we're going to build this a little bit right next to the one that is there right now, 2.84 terawatts, so that's good. So we're going to be building a couple of renewable energy projects, and once I actually discover nuclear power, I think that's whenever we're going to start moving to advance our economy. Services, let's go over to services and diabetes vaccine, internet services. Internet services, let's go ahead and give about a $50 million grant to internet services. That'll help out there. It's going to grow the economy. Growth forecast is now -5%. That is unfortunate. That's still recession right there. Taxation, really haven't touched taxes this entire time. Let's raise to about 0.5%, and we still have consultative role within the parliament, so that means that we can pass things a little bit more liberally, I guess. I would say more liberally than we usually would be at this time if parliament actually had a role in anything. Nuclear power is OP in this game. Yeah, nuclear power is usually always OP. Oil platforms, $118 million. Let's see if we can build an offshore oil platform. Alright, we're getting average results, so let's go ahead and invest in that one. It's going to be done at the same time as our power plant. Make a bill with the GAFA tax and tax companies and mess around with the income tax. The GAF attack, see, I mean, that's for, like, internet giants like Amazon and all that. I mean, what kind of internet services are we really doing right here? Explosion in a library in Cabinda, 4 dead.
Sent to the press.
It was known by the security services, unfortunately. Lowered real estate tax to 1.64. 1.64, that's very specific. Let's do 1.65.
The decree.
And education, teacher training, do a little bit more spending on education just to improve the situation that we have. 18% at approval. Let's go ahead and call this the Angola. Call it Angola YT. I'm gonna go ahead and save. You didn't do 1.64, game ruined. I'm sorry, I have OCD. High-speed railway project from your capital to the Democratic Republic of the Congo's capital? Yeah, that could actually work. That would bring our countries closer together, but I highly doubt I would be able to get authorization to build a high-speed railway. But I think that's a project that I could wait until I have a way stronger economy than I already have right now. $95.8 billion is my GDP. Let's compare this to the world GDP. I am number 67 in the world right now, and my economy probably is... I mean, look at this. Probably going to be called the African Triangle, or the African Line. That'd be interesting, because it's like... Imagine this. It's Nigeria and South Africa are the strongest economies in Africa right now. I mean, wow. Nigeria is even stronger than Egypt. But what could happen is once I actually start growing this economy, then it'll be this, and then this right here. You'll definitely see this on the metric map, but that's going to be really interesting to see. We're about to hit $100 billion worth of GDP. Did they fix the industrial contamination tax? Are you talking about how it's still very, very much OP? That's going to be a lot of money. Yes, it is going to be a lot of money. But, alright, I have been streaming for nearly 3 hours now. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and call this a live stream quits. This is not the end of Angola. I will be continuing the Republic of Angola very soon. I'm going to actually go ahead and try to see if I can do this, continue this tomorrow. So look forward to that tomorrow. And if I don't do it tomorrow, we'll do it the next day. But I'm definitely going to be shooting for tomorrow. It just depends on what happens. But anyway, well, actually tomorrow I might be busy. It is someone's birthday tomorrow, so I might have to call it until the day after. So I think the 20th is going to be the day that I'm actually going to be able to return to Angola. And then past the 20th, obviously Thanksgiving is coming up. I'm going to be going somewhere for a couple of days whenever Thanksgiving comes around, so I won't be able to be doing any streams by then. But before I go, and then after I go, or after I come back, I will be shooting to make some more content for you guys. The United States is going to be returning. I'm going to be continuing on with the Japan series as well. So Power and Revolution is going to be coming back in a way that you guys probably haven't seen before. And hopefully you guys like the content that is coming up. So again, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you want to see more content like this, hit that bell notification icon if you want to see more. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys all for watching this live stream. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and take care.